Some clocks tell time, but this one tells fate, and it only whispers in the dark. Sarah never remembered seeing the old grandfather clock before. She had lived in the house for years, but when she went down to the basement to look for a missing box, there it was, standing tall against the damp stone wall, covered in a thick layer of dust. It was strange. The house had been in her family for generations, yet no one had ever mentioned it. She brushed her fingers over the intricate carvings along its wooden frame, a chill running through her as she realized something odd. The pendulum was still, the hands didn't move, and yet the clock was whispering. At first, she thought it was just the wind slipping through the cracks in the walls, but then she heard it again, faint, raspy, like breath scraping against wood. A voice too quiet to understand. She leaned in, pressing her ear to the cold glass face of the clock. The whispering grew clearer, and then, just as she began to make out the words, it stopped. The basement fell silent. She shuddered and quickly backed away, forcing a nervous laugh. It had to be her imagination. But as she turned to leave, the voice came again, louder this time. Watch video till the end. This is Veils of Night. The phone will ring. Do not answer it. Her heart pounded as she ran up the basement stairs, slamming the door shut behind her. She tried to shake off the unease, convincing herself it was just a trick of the mind. But then, ring. The phone on the kitchen counter shrieked into the silence, making her jump. Cold terror crawled up her spine. She stared at the screen. Unknown number. The whisper echoed in her mind. Do not answer it. She hesitated, then, with shaking hands, she picked up the phone. At first, there was nothing, just heavy breathing. Then a voice, distorted, unnatural, speaking in the same whisper as the clock. Why didn't you listen? The line went dead. That night, Sarah lay awake, every creak of the house making her flinch. The air felt heavier, thick with something unseen. At some point, exhaustion took over, and she drifted into uneasy sleep. But something pulled her back. A sound, a whisper. She turned toward the bedroom door, her blood running cold. The clock was upstairs now, standing in the corner of her room. She hadn't brought it there. It was whispering again. 3:15 a.m. Do not open your eyes. She squeezed them shut, her body frozen in fear. The whispering grew louder, surrounding her, slithering into her ears like 100 voices speaking at once. And then, silence. The air shifted as if something was moving closer. She could feel it, right by her bed, watching, waiting. A sharp breath, not hers. Then, just as suddenly as it began, it was over. The morning light streamed through the curtains. The clock was gone. Sarah spent the day searching for it, but it had vanished without a trace. Maybe it had never been there at all. Maybe she had imagined everything. But when she finally dared to check the basement, her heart nearly stopped. The clock was back in its place, and the hands had moved. The time read 3:15 a.m., and carved into the glass, written from the inside, were 4 words. Next time, listen better. If you enjoy this killing trip, then like, share, and subscribe. And remember that stay safe and be happy.